What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we have something very special indeed. So this is really special because I actually got an email today, which was a bit of an unexpected, from the guys over at Cody's, who was the community manager, and he gave me a code to the full game of Grid, like 2019, the full game. Now, this was unexpected for a few reasons. I just didn't expect at the start of the day to have this. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning. I have work in 5 hours. But I really want to make a video about this over the weekend. I've got the full game. Like, not many people will have the full game available to them. So today, we're going to go ahead and start the career mode, play the first 20-30 minutes. It might be edited down, so the actual video length might not be 20 minutes, but it is the first 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay. Do all the introduction races, and I basically want you guys to leave comments on what you want to see, grid related, what certain disciplines you want to see. I'm assuming after we do the intro races, it will actually show us what disciplines are available. But anyway, the full game's here. Huge thanks to Cody's for actually even giving me this. Oh, for God's sake. For anyone wondering what that means, I'm using a 360 controller, so it might disconnect a few times. Yeah, that's enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and get straight into this and race some vehicles. Now, I'm not going to show any of the cutscenes because I don't really want to ruin that for you. Also, we're going to completely ignore the fact that I just took my hoodie off and I didn't show it on camera. Now, the thing with the intro is that I did kind of have recording problems with this. There's actually a section in this before this scene where you race a C7 around the track. So what I'm quickly going to do is just play that for you now. That's what happens in that section. So sorry if you were expecting something a little bit different, but we're going to move on to the second section of this intro. But I am going to try to not cut the rest of this video. I don't really want to cut too much. I want you guys to see as much of the game as possible because there's a lot to talk about. It's a new game. It's one of my most anticipated racing games for the year alongside Need for Speed Heat, and I've said that since the game was launched, or announced, I should say. The game was announced, I think, it feels like earlier this year, but I could be completely wrong in that. When we didn't even know much about the game, I really enjoyed the original Grid and Autosport. Those are like my two favorites. Didn't really like 2, to be honest, and I'm not going to sit here and say like I platinumed all the games because it wasn't like that. It was very much more of a casual experience for me. But with this now out, there is much more reason for me to properly play this. This is a game that I probably want to get into, for me anyway, currently, racing games, especially in the racing scene, very dry. And this kind of come at the perfect time, just before the kind of onslaught of, you know, Christmas games that are going to come out. October, it's a little bit earlier, it's kind of at the start of that onslaught of games, and this is one that I can genuinely see myself sinking time in towards. Free DLC is something which they've already announced, so the game's going to get continuous live support like pretty much every game nowadays is. All that was a glitch. I've also been told to tell you guys that this isn't a final build, it's a preview build, so if there is little bugs and glitches, like, just kind of ignore it because it's not actually supposed to be there. Right, we've seemed to finish this section. We're second. Can we go for first? No, there's not a chance we go for first, are we? Another reason why I'm not going to show you the cutscenes is because for some reason it's lagging loads, which is an absolute shame because my GTX 1080 Ti is arriving in a few days. Right, here we go. Wet surface, hot hatches. Is this BTCC? Am I right in saying that? Right, let's give this a go. I guess one thing that you guys might be curious about is what I'm actually playing on. Get out of my way! I change my assists here. Right, this is going to be a bit hard because my camera's in the way. Difficulty, here we go. So these are the assists. We're going to change this now because I don't really want to do too much more. We want full damage. We want... what does terminal damage mean? I don't know what that means. Does that mean, like, it'll... car up? Right, we're going to leave on auto for now because I don't actually know what manual is set to by default on the Grid controls, but in future episodes we are going to change that. I just don't want to do it now because I don't want to, like, press the wrong buttons. Corners only is fine. ABS is fine. Traction control will turn off. Stability control will turn off. And we'll just leave that there. Right, let's give this a go. This is going to be completely different with traction control off. But before we go ahead and talk a bit about the assist and stuff, I kind of just want to talk about what I'm actually playing this on. So I'm playing this on PC, and my PC has a first gen Ryzen 1700X, an R9 290 for the meantime. Oh, he just hit me off, the bastard. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. Yeah, first gen Ryzen 1700X, R9 290, 16 gigs of RAM. So it's not exactly the fastest of machines, but as you can tell, it looks really, really nice. And it is running at, I'm pretty sure it's a solid 60 right now. But that's to be expected from Codemasters games. They all pretty much run fantastically. Buttery smooth. This is no different. I can't wait to try this with my 1080 Ti at like some ridiculous like ultras at 4K and stuff when all of that stuff comes. It's gonna look full. This game actually looks really, really nice. It's a different type of looking game to say something like Need for Speed or Forza. It looks a lot more real is the way I'd explain it. Like Gran Turismo looks real, but it looks boring real. Like this kind of looks a bit closer to Drive Club, which is high praise because Drive Club is one of the most beautiful looking games I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Now, what I actually wanted to talk about really quick. Oh, we can get an update from your teammate. Request an update. Right, I've requested it. I've just been speaking over him. It looks like for some reason they can't defend. Well, I'm going to attack him. Oh, he's covering his position, the bastard. The AI are really smart in this game as well. That's another thing I need to mention. There's so much to talk about. It's actually so useful. I actually know Brands Hatch, so this hasn't gone terrible. Yeah, so what I was going to talk about before I got a little bit distracted is how in this game, very similar to the original Grid and Autosport, is they've really tried to tailor the assists so you guys can basically kind of make this game as hard or as easy as you want through driving difficulty and assists and stuff. So as you guys saw in the assist menu, there's a bunch of assists you can change to make the game more arcade or more hardcore, essentially. That's kind of the TLDR. It's a bit more robust than that, but I'm kind of quickly explaining this since this is the first 20 minutes video and I don't want to make things way too long and overly complicated. Oh, phone. What are you doing? Can you not see I'm making a video? And you can definitely tell. Obviously, I just turned off the traction control, and it feels a lot better. Look at the front. Look at the damage in this game. Damage is sick. I know I was just praising the game for its textures, and the headlight looked like it was one single texture. But other than that, it still looks really nice, I do promise. I don't even know what I'm playing at. I might be playing at 1080p medium. I need to check that in a minute.
Excellent season. You're going to dominate the Grid World Series. You've got the sponsorship lined up. So, it's all down to talent now.
Kristen, now you're the expert, but from where I was sitting, that was a final to remember. From a mid-race spin-out to an electrifying finish, this race and the WSR Series has given us plenty to look back on. But what's next?
Well, next for those skilled enough to have got this far, Alex, and made it to the top of the standings, is the Grid World Series. If the WSR is the proving ground, then the Grid World Series is the battleground, where the best racers on the planet compete in multiple race disciplines to find out who is the ultimate racer.
Well, I can't add anything more to that, Kristen. So as the dust settles on the WSR today, in the distance, the Grid World Series starts its engines, gearing up for the most thrilling racing action around. And we'll be right there with you.
Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to show any cutscenes, but I felt like I kind of need to for any of this to make sense. Right, can we go into career mode now? Okay, here we go. So, I'm not awfully versed on how any of this works. It seems pretty self-explanatory. It seems like you can basically pick whatever you want to do. And just go from there really and kind of progress as you see fit. I think that's really cool. Giving more choice to the player isn't a bad thing, especially when it's like this. Now, we need to complete 4 showdown events to get into the first Grid Series event and the return of Raven West. Can I say shout out to Raven West? Before we go any further though, I do want to quickly check what I'm playing at. So I'm playing at 1080. I'm playing at 1080 high. That's a bit insane, actually. I wasn't expecting that, actually. Like, my R9 290, it gets medium most games, 60, but this is managing to run it at high. So, I don't know if anyone... There's probably a lot more people that know more about PCs than me in this video. To be honest, though, that is really well optimized. I was not expecting that. It was running at a smooth, buttery 60, and this is like a pre-launch build. Really cool. That's awesome. Now we get to pick what we actually want to do. Look at all the disciplines. I actually don't know. I think touring cars, the BTCC cars, were pretty interesting. But also, with that being said, Japanese. I'm a bit of a weeb. I do like Jap stuff. JDM's going to do better for views. Oh, that's the thing, though. My heart's saying BTCC, but my head's saying JDM because I'm hungry for views. Yeah, we're going to do, right, touring cars. We're just going to do touring cars. Oh, no, because we've got to purchase the cars as well. That makes my life so much harder. I didn't realise that. That's well cool. Actually having to purchase cars in a game now, like, sick. Oh, my lord. Oh, I've just changed my mind. That is so hard. I'm hard. Oh, my lord. That is so sick. I'm going to have a look through some of these cars, you know, because there seems to be a lot of choice. All of them look sick. That's the thing with a car list, is I don't think it needs to be awfully big as long as there's good choice. As one would say, it's not about the size, it's about how you use it. Ha ha ha. Of course they've got Porsches nowadays. I keep forgetting games have Porsches nowadays because like of the licensing agreement from years ago. Just forget about it. And the great thing about this is, which I've just realised, is it goes up in... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right, I guess we'll do this race and then we'll purchase a car. Anyway, what I was going to say was the good thing about the cars is I'm pretty sure they go up in price with the speed and the progression. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to compare the price between the JDM cars and the BTC cars. And we're going to basically decide which one is more worthwhile. I kind of want to do the cheaper one, to be honest. In the meantime, we might as well just do this now, since we're in here. Minis is going to be completely different to any of the other stuff that we were trying a minute ago, so let's give this a gander. Right, like, off the bat, first impressions that are like, having played, what? My recordings have just hit 15 minutes now. I'm very, very impressed. Not only that, the physics were a bit weird when I played it at the Gamescom stand. That could be at multiple things. That could be multiple reasons. That could be because I haven't, you know, played much of it, or I went straight into the time attack cars, which obviously it's not the way the game's meant to be played. You're meant to kind of go through the progression this way. For God's sake, man. So that could be for multiple reasons. For whatever reason that is, it definitely feels a lot better now. Feels a lot better now. It feels so much more honed in. Now I've managed to turn the traction control off and the stability control off and stuff. The game just feels so much better. Like, if you are playing this and you usually play with traction control on for some reason, you're watching this video, I can't imagine many people here are. You need to turn it off because this is absolutely fantastic. Again, I know I said this earlier on, but if you have anything you want to see specifically out of all of those disciplines, let me know with a comment down below. Also, a card in the top right. Is this something which is tickling your fancy? I am very, very happy to have any contacts with Codemasters because I am one to speak my mind. If I don't like something, I will say it, but this is a game I can genuinely see myself playing, you know, for the foreseeable future. I need a racing game to play. Forza 7 right now isn't cutting it for me. Horizon 4, they've basically stopped with all of the post-launch. This is Grid's back, basically. If you were a big fan of what the original Grids were, not so much 2. 2 was a departure from what the original things were. It was more of kind of them testing the waters, which I completely understand. Like, that makes like complete sense. I get it. Like, I can understand why you'd want to do that. But if you were more of a fan of Autosport, if you were more of a fan of the original Grid, like, do us a favor and check out this game. I don't know if there's going to be trials and stuff. Maybe you're watching this when there is a trial available. If that is the case, give it a go, because first impressions are really, really positive, and I'm not just saying that because I've got this early. It's a shame I'm not in this weekend. I'm actually in London this weekend, but it's a shame I'm not in this weekend because I really want to properly try this out. I think the online is going to be a completely different kettle of fish as well, if you want me to be honest. I might have to turn up the difficulty as well because they are literally nowhere to be seen. Yeah, I think online is where this game is going to just transform. Because obviously, obviously you're not seeing it right now because the AI are just absolutely nowhere to be seen, but they are really, really good. I reckon the online is like one to try out. I reckon it's going to completely change the game. Right, we're going to just spam A through all of this, and we're going to go into we're gonna look at the JDM and the BTCC cars, and we're gonna make a decision on which one we want to purchase. It seems like you get quite a lot of money from the events. Don't know whether it's just that specific event, but we got a fair bit of money there. I got 50k, and we've got a bunch more things. Oh, these rewards we've earned, so we got even more money. Make it rain on the mother. Right, so BTCC cars. We have a Focus, a Golf TCR, a Scooby, and a Scooby, sorry, and an RS3 LMS, with the RS3 being 40k and the cheapest car being the Focus at 28k. And then if we go over to the JDM cars, again, we've got a Datsun 240Z, and that's 27, an S2K at 28, 2000 GTR at 30, and it goes up to 32. So they're pretty much the same price, to be honest. I've already driven the BTCC cars, so on that note, I think I kind of want to see what this is like. So we're going to go ahead and get the S2K. Can we change the livery as well? Because I kind of want a different livery. Oh, we can. Fantastic. And going along. Custom ones. I'm assuming custom ones are ones you can actually make. If that's the case, I need to test that out. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Right, never mind. Has this game got a livery editor in? I actually don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below if this actually has a livery editor in. I have no clue. I don't think it does. It doesn't look like it does. Right, I don't know how we unlock that, but for now we're just going to keep it at this Tomy one, which low-key looks like a top secret one if it had a bit of gold in, but that's just me rambling. Oh, you can sell cars as well. I didn't get a chance to show that off, but you can sell cars as well. It's really cool. This is the first time I think I've played a racing game in recent memory that makes me want to miss work tomorrow and play it. Like, it's been a while since I've played a game and I've like kind of felt like this. It's really hard to explain. Again, if anyone has been following the channel, the sounds, man. I'm gonna shut up just so you can hear the sound for a second. Right, I need to actually be careful because this is very slippery. Completely different to that Mini. That Mini was loving life. Yeah, like, so anyone that has followed the channel for a pretty long time will know that I'm one to speak my opinions. If I don't like a game, I'll say. But on the other end, if a game does something well, I will say it. And the way this feels, it's the first game I've played in a while that feeling wise, I'm really enjoying it. I've got used to how the game plays very, very fast, I feel. I can't believe how much this kicks out. I'm going to see if I can get it into a slide. Oh, that was a bad idea, that was a bad idea. Bro, go on, turn. It's so hard, man. I'm going to get there with time. This is like my 4th race, man, if that. We have got full damage on, so it will be interesting to see if that actually plays a role here. But we seem to be doing... I think I need to up the difficulty because I don't think medium is hard enough. Oh. Okay, so I just pressed down on the D-pad there. I'm not sure if you heard the guy on the radio, but my AI friend now is trying to defend his position, which hopefully means it will be a bit easier for me. Oh my lord, this is so slippery. That whole thing about customizing the gameplay to make it more arcade and stuff, I think overall the game is arcade. I think that's a bit of a buzzword. I think it's a bit of a media word. I think overall, like, it's always going to be pretty arcade, but the difference with what the assist will do will basically allow you to either make this ridiculously arcade or a bit more kind of simcade. I don't like using that word, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm saying. Oh my god, it's so slidey. Oh, I'm not used to that at all. Also, shout out to the damage. I haven't done much to this car. It's kind of just the front end. Honestly, from my perspective, what a good time to be a racing gamer. Is it got cockpit view? I'm pretty sure there is cockpit view. Yeah, that's even better. Oh my lord. I did mention in my Gamescom video that this was one of the games I actually played better in cockpit view, and I think you're seeing that firsthand right now. Like, I'm playing so much better now. Following lines so much easier. Yeah, I think this is a great time to be a racing game fan. We don't get racing games often anymore, not like we used to anyway. I am doing so much better now in cockpit view. This is insane. Yeah, we don't get many games as a racing game fan nowadays. So when games like this come along, I think we should all just appreciate it, because this doesn't happen very often. A game that, from what I've played, is well optimized for my PC, which says a lot, for me anyway. handles well. It doesn't seem like there's been any bugs in the first, 30 minutes of me playing. It doesn't seem like there's been any inconsistencies, unless there's online problems, which I'm still yet to test out. I don't know if that's a thing yet, but unless that is a problem, I just haven't. It's not often we get a game where there's no problems like this on launch. Like, and I'm not just saying this. I don't want people to think I'm just saying this because I've got given a code. So far, in terms of as far as first impressions can go, I'm absolutely chuffed. There's another race. I actually don't have time for it. My camera's literally about to turn off, but I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna return to this in the next episode. Let me know what you want to see in the next episode as well. I'm basically going to do whatever you guys say most in the comments. So whatever the top comment is, that'll be what I'm doing in the next video. So make sure you go ahead and leave that down in the comment section down below. Again, thanks for Cody's for sending this out. It's been an absolute pleasure. The game is fantastic. I can't wait to play more. That's been it from me, your boy StraightUpHippo. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.